This is the Ace of Test of Strength, Sammy Diaz, and you are watching Stirring the Pot with Donkey Cade.
All right, I'm a little taller than Sammy, so I'm just gonna sit back a little bit. Not saying I'm bigger than Sammy by any, because hey, look at me, okay? Yeah, look at that, look at this. The gun shows are two different shows.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid. I'm getting all confused, I'm fired up because I don't know what I'm in for with this guy. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very, very special guest, one Sammy Diaz.
Yes, sir.
Sammy, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
We are chilling at the dojo.
Where am I always at?
The TOS.
Yes, sir.
Dojo. Test of strength, if you will.
The house that Sammy Diaz built.
Wow.
Don't forget that. I don't care who's the first student.
First student, last student, it doesn't matter because Sammy Diaz.
I'm writing the checks now, yo.
Wow, right off the ripper, he's taking absolute control. I'm just gonna check because it feels weird on me, but I think it's gonna be okay. Hey, El Jabron, baby. Oh, hell, El Jabron.
Idiot.
Yeah, no.
Biggest idiot.
Champion.
You're an idiot for wearing that shit.
No, I'm like this smart. This is, do you know how many questions I get who El Jabroni is? And I have to tell, I am telling the world.
Know who he is,
yeah, you've hit him with a chair how many times now? 10, 12, 20, 50?
Can't count.
Which is disgusting. Hey, let's not get all crazy now because Mr. HVO was, we almost, okay.
Sammy Diaz.
I know. I don't want to start off on the wrong foot. So what I like to do is maybe pull back the curtain a little bit, just to show behind Sammy Diaz, the character. I don't even know if your real name is Sammy Diaz, so maybe we can start there. Is it really Sammy Diaz?
My government name is Sammy Diaz.
Wow, it's Sammy Diaz.
Sammy Diaz Jr., but Sammy Diaz.
So how do you separate Sammy Diaz, the character, the gimmick, the wrestler, from Sammy Diaz Jr., the person? How does that, how can you turn that on and off like that?
To tell you the truth, it's very similar. I'm very similar to who I am in the ring. I'm similar to outside the ring. Pretty same every day. I work hard. I try to bring everything from outside the ring and basically bring it inside the ring. Just my work ethic, everything. I'm pretty much the same person. You can't, there's no on and off switch. I'm Sammy Diaz and...
If I may.
Go ahead.
That's kind of interesting because I've gotten that response, not specifically on Stirring the Pot. I mean, a couple times I have, but I've talked to other guys and they kind of say that similar thing. And I'll use, hey, this will be a better one for you. Mr. Elijah 6, I asked him about him. And he was like...
He's the same way, off camera, on camera, he's still the same. He's the same, trust me.
Yeah, because when I asked him that question, when we were just kind of hanging out, I go, how do you turn that switch on and off? He goes, what switch?
Exactly. And that's the same now. What I'm doing now is just basically who I am. Now I could show that who I really am outside of the ring. Okay,
well, I'm kind of confused because we'll dive into your injury in a little bit, but after pre-injury, you were like, I loved you.
Yeah.
I cheered you on. I was the loudest guy every time Sammy Diaz came out.
And you were no lie.
I was. And then you get injured. You took some time off. You did it correctly. You came back 100%. And you start hitting Jay Brown in the head, in the back, and wherever with a chair. So could you please tell us which Sammy is Sammy? Were you playing good Sammy because that was a character, or what happened here?
Good Sammy was just, I was so focused on, not saying just the fans, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. But good Sammy was more focused on the fans, and I didn't care if I lost or won. And that's the difference between now. That was my main focus when I was out. I just want to come back, make a difference, make a bigger name for myself, and do it my way. And I took the opportunity to sit back and like think about how can I come back and make a difference, and not just in wrestling, but mainly here in TOS, because you got a lot of guys that are like the favorites. Well, I was sitting out, I seen you cheer El Jabroni.
Oh, El Jabroni.
Dickie Moon.
Yeah, baby.
Bobby Ocean.
Yeah, baby.
Everyone else. And then I knew when I got hurt, I was one of the top guys in TOS. I'm not trying to brag or anything, just...
Hey, I wouldn't say no different.
So it's just like, obviously when I got hurt, I seen guys like you cheering for people that are kind of similar to yourself, like El Jabroni, like, you know, but I just had to do what was best for me, I felt. And with Elijah Six, Richie Rich, and Jay, it was just like a chemistry there that you can't... We just always connected in training. Outside of training, those are like my brothers right there. So it was like, when I pitched the idea, I was like, I want to be with these guys. Even on Facebook, I would leave like little comments like, I like these guys. Under your poster, I like these guys. And you will talk back, you'll leave a comment like, oh, not these guys.
Please don't go that direction.
Yeah, when I came back,
But you did.
that was one of my main priorities, to join them. I wouldn't say I'm the leader, but we're all one unit where Richie slacks, I pick up his lag. Where Jay lacks, Eli picks up. Where Eli slacks, I got him. And the same for everyone else. We all got each other's back.
So as a collective, with the four of you being Richard Eastone Esquire, Elijah Six, Jay Bricks, and Sammy Diaz, could you tell us what your faction or camp is called as a collective?
The Firm. We are the Firm.
How did that come about?
I think it was just us just like saying names, and we was like, Richie's a lawyer. Jay's a security guard. What can we... And then we pitched the idea, and we like, we're the Firm. And then our general manager, Alex, like, I like it. Wags was good against. He's like, I don't know. And then eventually we just like kept saying it over and over and over, and then it clicked. He was like, all right, these guys are the Firm.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, it's you guys just came out, or I should say, Heel Shit Apparel came out with some brand new gear.
Yes.
That is...
you should be wearing right now. But you got this idiot shirt on.
That is geared toward the Firm, but it's kind of on that Godfather theme, and it's called...
The Firm. Oh, you talking about the La Familia.
Yeah, La Familia, yes.
Yeah.
What a fantastic design. Whenever it came to, and I seen it on the social medias, I thought it looked
Shout out to the general manager, Alex Rojas. He put that together for us, and we want to thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I think it looks fantastic, you know, especially with that one little red E, that little tiny accent of it. Yep. I think it doesn't make the whole thing, but it stands out enough to where you're like, I like that.
Yeah, look at all the posters, you'll see that little red E, and that's just for Elijah Six, because he's the go all red E, as he likes to say.
You know, I got to give it to him. I mean, we were all at a, I don't want to call it a barbecue.
The roast.
Yeah, it was like a 1,000% blown roast. Everybody was getting it from all angles. We sat in the middle and we took a little abuse from each other. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever been at anything like that.
Yeah, that's the strength for you though. Once you walk through those doors of the dojo, get ready for the promos. Get ready to hear the roast.
That was something. TJ Howell, I got into the center, and TJ Howell III's very first question, he wanted to hit me with this. I knew he was waiting, because he kind of already knew from our interview we had. He looks at me and he goes, I'm putting you on the spot, Kincaid, and I want you to tell everybody, who is your favorite wrestler right now? And my response was, wait, and TOS specifically, or like the entire universe? And he goes, whatever. And I go, Elijah Six. Just like that.
Good.
Do you know who was sitting behind me?
Elijah 6.
No, Elijah 6 was sitting in front of me.
Who's sitting behind you?
My boy El Jabroni. I could hear his heart ripped in pieces.
He's probably heartbroken.
He was, dude.
He's gonna cry to his
I don't even know how I got him to do my interview because he was talking about that a lot, off camera.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, you know, but
It
Elijah
is what
6.
it is. You can pick who your favorite wrestler is. It doesn't matter if he's around, anybody else around. It's yours favorite wrestler.
I'm telling you, I can't say I don't know what it is about him. His charisma, his character, his I don't give an F kind of
Cocky SOB.
Yeah, that situation along with Jay Bricks when it was them two rolling just for a little bit. Yeah. I love everything that they're doing, you know.
Oh yeah, when I was hurt, I used to come to live events and just like cheer from the sideline because I seen Eli when he first came to training. We was in PWA. I was there for his first bumps and rolls and everything. I liked him. Like he works hard. He works his butt off. And like since day one, I always like Eli, and I always cheer for him, root for him, whatever. And like I see how hard he works, and to see where he has come now, it's just like I'm so happy for him as a brother. Like, and he's so young, so it's like I'm trying to take him under my wing so he can slow down a little bit in the ring and everything. Like he's so good, but sometimes he get in his head. Sometimes, and I'm just trying to slow him down a little bit, just to not focus too much on everything else. Just he's focused. Don't get me wrong. He's focused, but he's so good. I have nothing but respect and wish him the best.
He wants to go Mach 10.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
He wants to hurt people.
Oh, yeah,
he wants to just make an impression.
Yeah, but we're in professional wrestling. Where else can you beat somebody up and get away with it?
And get away with it.
Exactly.
I love the thing. I mean, when you came back, it really made an impact.
Yeah.
Could you take us through what happened with Sammy Diaz with the injury, how it occurred, and what was your thought process coming through it, and just give us a little rundown so we could understand what you were going through from being hurt until you coming back and hitting Jay Brown in the back.
Well, first it was a lone survivor. I think it was leading up to lone survivor in March. So a couple weeks before that, I got a phone call from Richie. He was just like pitching the idea, like, yo, would it be dope if you join us? Like, like Richie wasn't really managing Elijah 6 really at the time. He was just helping him. So it was when he like pitched the idea, like we all talked about it before, like me, Jay, and Eli. We just all talking about like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if we all just join together? Because we had that chemistry in training. I said it before. It's like, I'm like, yeah, it would be dope. So it was like, what other way than to make an impact on a road show at Tested Strength, my comeback. And I was just like, yeah, that would be dope. So I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's ask for permission. Let's try to do it. And we got the okay. So it was all downhill. Like it's all
history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah.
You know. Thank you for that.
I think when that all came about, when you came running out and we all thought you were going to help Jay Brown and company, and it didn't happen, and you swung that chair and hit Jay Brown, the crowd. Oh,
instantly. Like that. I was,
damn.
I was like.
I think on my footage I might have said holy shit like 5 times.
Yeah. You know, when I came out, and just everyone's cheering Sammy. Like, everyone. I was just like, man, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing?
If they only knew what was coming.
If they only knew what was coming. And then right there, instantly, boo. Cha-ching, yes. It's just like, I'm having fun now. Like, before, I'm always having fun, don't get me wrong, but it's just, when you're a good guy, you gotta walk on that straight line, and now I'm willing to do anything to win. I'm still putting my body on the line, don't get me wrong, but just being more smart. Like,
right.
Coming back from the injury, that set me back a little bit, so it's like, I had to change my offense, defense, everything, just trying to be the best I can. Like,
so what happened with your knee?
September 6th, I went to XWA Thursday Night Throwdown. I was going there almost every week just to be out there more.
2017, 18?
18. I was going out there. I was in a match with Anthony Katina. He had a match with Tommy Santel and No Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I had a match with Anthony Katina on Thursday Night Throwdown. The match was going great. Somewhere in the match, he went to give me a suplex. I went to go slip, like go behind him, land behind him, and roll him up. But when I landed behind him, my knee went this way, my body went this way. I got the footage, but I'll show it to you later.
Do you actually watch that back? Or have you?
I have watched it like that. I watched it like 2 months after I had my surgery, just because I knew it was on the XWA network. I just haven't, I didn't want to watch it right away. So
right.
It was like, I watched it 2 months after. Even then, still now, I cringe sometimes because it sucked, but...
Did you want to look back at it to see where did I go wrong? Or what went wrong? Or what was your thinking to, I got to see that footage?
You see, I do this move maybe 100 times. It's just this one time. He was a little taller than normal opponents that I go against, and when I slipped, I thought I landed already, so I started already going this way, and then my knee went this way, my body went this way. I collapsed, I instantly grabbed it, and then we did something else, tried to do it again, and then I knew instantly something was wrong. I tried to walk it off, I kept wrestling, tried to walk it off, and then I told the ref, my knee is burning. It's like something's on fire in there.
Wow.
So I just told the ref, I went to the outside of the ring just to try to stretch it off, and thankfully, Jose Garcia, he came up to me, like, asked me if I was okay. I was like, it's burning, like, I'm hurt. And then he just, like, he called the match, and that was the worst feeling. Like, more than anything, the knee injury it is what it is. It's wrestling. We know it's not ballet, as we like to say.
Right.
But the worst feeling was having to have the match, like, canceled, like, or just called, you know, like.
So it did come to a stop?
Yes, it came to a stop, and that really bothered me because I like to consider myself as a not tough guy, but at least like fight through the pain. But like,
right.
There've been times where I had sprained ankles and had to do matches and stuff, but I just that sucked. Like,
you wanted to finish.
I wanted to finish the match, but I knew I couldn't. But that happened 2 weeks before Fight for Your Dreams, if you don't believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were so amped up. I can't even imagine how amped up you were for Fight for Your Dreams. That was being the very first road show for Test of Strength.
Exactly.
I don't know how to ask this, so I'll just say, did it bring you down a weird hole? Because Fight for Your Dreams is coming up. TOS is your home. You got hurt away from home.
Yeah, getting crowned the first champion.
Yeah. Well, wait. You were...
No, I was saying we were crowning.
Oh, we're crowning the first
champion. So it was like...
Okay.
I felt like my chances just went down to some percentages. Like, oh,
okay.
Man. Because at first, when I tore my ACL, I didn't know. I went to the doctor the next day. They said it was a sprained MCL. They had an MRI. And then, like, the week after, I went to go see another specialist. What is it called? A sports doctor.
Okay.
And he told me, like, he sat me down, did some, like, pulled on it, test or whatever. He told me, like, you got a torn ACL. And then I was like, and I didn't know how to...
The process.
I didn't know how to process that at the moment because I'm thinking of Fight for Your Dreams is next Sunday, and I'm over here just like, He's like, you're gonna need surgery. I was like, what's the time frame for that? He's just like 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. I'm just like, I don't got 6 to 8 months to a year. I was like, I gotta suck it up. Fight for Your Dreams came, and I wrestled 2 matches that night with a torn ACL, torn meniscus, torn MCL, you name it, everything in this knee wasn't. And I tried to do the best possible, but looking back at my performance at Fight for Your Dreams, I wasn't so happy with it because I knew I could have did better, but I couldn't really because my knee. So it was just like, it sucked. That like after the show was over, I was happy I did it because that's my main thing. When I tore my ACL, I instantly thought of Fight for Your Dreams. I was like,
so you weren't even thinking of your well-being and your health,
really?
I was,
not really.
You were thinking for the company.
Yes, because we was in a tournament, and before that, we was in the King of Paradise tournament. Ty Shine was injured. He was supposed to be in that tournament for a Fight for Your Dreams.
Right.
He got injured. He got replaced with I think it was Jiggy Sosa, and that was my main thing. I was like, oh man, I gotta suck this up. I can't let Wags or Alex down. I gotta.
So because
get through this tournament.
When you went through that, because you're thinking, okay, this is if I'm hurt and I can't make it, then they're just going to replace me.
Exactly.
I mean, because the show has to go on.
Exactly, and that's how it is. Wrestling, you get hurt, someone else comes in, takes opportunity, and that's what it is. But
can I ask, did you hurt yourself any more by pushing through Fight for Your Dreams?
I don't think so. I was already.
Were you wearing a brace and stuff?
I had a brace on. I had wrapped it up, had a brace on.
Yeah.
But still.
So how long were the matches? Do you remember basically about how long the matches were? Because you're going in absolutely hurt with torn ligaments and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're going through what, 10, 15 minute matches?
I think the first one was about 12 to 15 with me and Dan. And Dan was hurt too. Now that people don't know this, Dan was hurt too. He had a sprained ankle or something. He couldn't really do too much. And I was like, bro, we're just going to go out there and beat the living hell out of him. It's just like, we went out there, we did what we did. The match was what it was. Mm-hmm. And then I think the main event with me, Bobby Ocean, and Dickie was about, it wasn't too long because I know the show was going long, so we try to keep it under 20 minutes. So I know it was like maybe 12 to 15 or so.
So you have a torn ACL and a torn meniscus?
Yes. I don't have a meniscus in his knee anymore.
Whoa.
They took it out. So.
And at the time, Fight for Your Dreams comes up with everything going on in your head, his head, because I'd like to share this with everybody. You didn't want to let the company down. You're looking more out for the company than your well-being, and you're like, F this, I'm pushing through. Fight for Your Dreams is part of my dreams.
Exactly, yep.
And I'm doing it, you're doing it for the company and yourself at the same time, without thinking of the result of what could happen. And not only did you do one match, you do two matches.
Yep.
Why would you agree to do two matches knowing that you're that hurt? Why wouldn't you just be like, all right, listen, this is a deal. You guys know what's up. I'm just going to do this.
Not a lot of people knew what was up. I kept it to myself.
Really?
I just said it's bothering me. Like, my knee is hurting. Like, I didn't say.
Wow.
They knew it was hurt. I just said, I think I got a sprained MCL. That's what the first doctor told me. That's what I told Wag. I told him I'll be good in 2 weeks. That's when Fight for Your Dreams was. He said I'll be walking and running in 2 weeks. But if you watch my matches back, I didn't do no running really in the matches.
Right.
But I kept it to myself. Obviously the guys that I told Dickie, because we were wrestling that night. I told Dickie and Bobby. I told them, and I told Alex prior. Like,
how did Alex feel about it?
Alex was bummed. Like you said earlier, he was bummed it happened outside of TOS.
Out of home.
Out of home. But it was just, it's wrestling. You trying to get out there more. I'm going to Rhode Island each and every week. And
definitely spreading your wings is what it's all about.
And that's what I felt like I was on the right. It just felt like it happened just right when things was going to pick up. And
right.
I had a little setback, so.
And I have to agree with you because you were hitting XWA quite often. Once you went there, I think it was for a Nova, was it? Or was it XWA Center?
I was there before. I was doing XWA.
Okay, before the Nova.
Yes, before the Nova. I was there, I think I debuted in April. Mm-hmm. And I was going every other week or every week as much as I possibly could because I love XWA, like the environment. The setup.
This setup's awesome, right?
The setup's awesome. The people there, obviously from Mike to Jose, they helped me out so much that a lot of people don't really know. They helped me out so much. So it's like when it happened outside of Texas Strength, I still look at XWA as my home because I was there every week. And
right.
Got so much respect for Mike Antonucci and Jose Garcia. They helped me out so much. A lot of people don't really know that. I got to wrestle in front of 1,000 people at
the university or something like that?
XWA Resolution.
Oh, yeah.
The main event was RVD versus Morrison. I was in a battle royal, but still took any opportunity that you can. So it was like, I got the opportunity, be in a locker room with RVD. Like, that's a childhood, like, that's one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. So it was like, when I walked up to him, He's like, hey, Rob. I'm like, no fucking shit. Like, Sammy, nice to meet you, man. That was just funny to me. Like,
that's one of those surreal moments, if you will, right?
Exactly. And then it's like, but yeah, they helped me out so much. Just,
that's so cool to hear, because I don't like to divulge into the politics and the drama and what happens in the back, but I love those kinds of remarks and stories, because it shows the fans and your peers as well that will actually watch During the Pot that all companies don't have a big mouth or don't have a lot of politics to it, and will bring you in with open arms and give you maybe pointers and advice and bring you on their big shows like Resolution.
And people that give me opportunities, like, I appreciate it so much, because there have been times where I reach out to promotions and they read it and might not.
Right.
Oh, I do some moving.
Wow. What do we got going? Wow.
There
Wow. I thought the firm came in or something, man. I actually got scared. Holy cow. All right, man. Hey.
But no, it's like so many promoters or wrestlers, not wrestlers, but promoters and owners. You reach out to them just to try to get opportunity, even to try out or send them a footage of your matches. And sometimes people might not write you back. So it's just like, I know sometimes I'll go to shows just to help out with ring crew or just to get seen from those guys. And so they might read the message and they might see me here helping out with ring crew. That shows like some type of, I'm trying.
Right, because like Fog says to me, even though you might have a few likes or 20 likes or 50 likes, whatever you get on your media, that kind of doesn't matter, because you never know
exactly
who's watching.
Exactly.
Never know.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't know who's like at a show. It might be another promoter from another show just stopping by to recruit talent or anything. And even guys that, like, when I reach out to promotions and like they don't respond or anything, even those that do respond, I like that. Tell me that you might have future opportunities. But when you don't respond, it's like it lights a fire in me sometimes. That like, okay, I'm gonna go show them. I'm gonna go show them that they wish they had me on their show in the future, or
it's got to be like a little deflating.
And it's not deflating, because I know it's like everywhere. It's like that everywhere.
Okay.
There might be a school close by where they're getting their guys in.
Right.
That's understandable. I understand that. But sometimes when you have the same old product, some people want to see new stuff.
And that's something that
yeah, we get a bunch of new
TOS is no joke when it comes to keeping the talent and fresh. We see the Algebrones and the Firms and, the Dejas and Dajes. Oh my God, she's going to kill me. I do that every so often. She's going to so kill me. And the Dickie Moons and Moonshine. We see some of those familiar faces because, hey, baby, TOS is your home.
Exactly.
But, man, do those guys.
So many guys from Mass, New York, Rhode Island.
They are not afraid of bringing in new faces at all, man.
We're trying to keep the product fresh.
It's amazing. Yeah. And never mind that.
It's good also. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
It's good because you meet other guys from different states and you network. Basically, like, even like when I went to LA for the New Japan Pro Wrestling camp, you got guys from Australia, you got guys from Nevada, you got guys from Ohio, from everywhere, California, Connecticut, New York. And I remember the first day we went, it was one of the most challenging things I ever did in my life.
Really?
375 free squats right there.
Whoa!
125 push-ups.
Was that, can't remember his name as
Shibata.
Yes.
Shibata and Scorpio Sky was the coaches. And that was one of the toughest things I ever did. And just like, after the camp, we went to In-N-Out Burger. I went to In-N-Out Burger. And there's like 10 other guys there from the camp. And we just clicked like right away.
That's awesome.
We network with each other. We keep in contact. I just spoke to them like a couple days ago. And we just like networked. And like, I see my friend, Stefan, I think you might have seen him at Blitzkrieg, the referee.
Okay.
He was on the WWE Network on Saturday.
For Evolve?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's just like, looking at that, it's just like, look at my boy. It's like,
And with those networking like that, you never know when your cross will pass.
Exactly, and that's like
paths will cross, rather.
Exactly, when we bring guys from other states, that helps us get to other like New York, Jersey, Mass, Rhode Island. Like you don't know where they're wrestling at. So
what else? What kind of experience after the In-N-Out Burger?
Oh yeah.
What kind of other stuff? Because I'm quite interested in that New Japan dojo because a lot of the guys have gone over there. What else? What kind of crazy stuff they have you do over there?
Oh man, it was just like I said, the first day we went there, 375, I believe, free squats.
A lot of puking.
There was some. A guy.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't
like
mean
your side. He collapsed after like 100. That's just mentally.
That's no joke, man.
They're testing you to see if you're ready for this. And
yeah.
The fact that a lot of us, it's a good feeling to know that you can compete, like not compete, but last with their
right.
System. And one of my buddies that we got in the group messages, he actually got the New Japan deal. So
nice.
He's in Japan right now, I believe. His name's Alex, and I wish him nothing but for the best, but the best. Cause
that's awesome.
He's one of the nicest people I ever met in my life.
That's very
from
cool.
New York, I think it's Long Island or Staten Island, but he's just the nicest guy. He's jacked to the T. But no, that thing was. That camp was real. That's the best way. It was real.
Yeah.
That's the best way to explain it. The camp was real.
The class, was it big?
It was 30. The time I went, it was 30 people. It was 29 guys and one female. And the female that was there was Rachel Evers.
Yeah.
She kicked most
Tough.
of our butts. She kicked most of our butts in the drill. So, but yeah, she was good, man. She's good.
So what makes Sammy go from Connecticut to want to go to a New Japan dojo? Because you already know it's going to be grueling, right?
Oh yeah.
Was it for the challenge to see if you can get through that?
Especially like when I got there, it's just like we get in the ring, it's like this is a New Japan ring. It's like marking out. It's like nah, but all serious. It was just basically to see if I could hang and just to challenge myself mentally, physically. And if I woke up the next day feeling sore as fuck because I'm tired of them, and we was good, but.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going back once they open the camp, because I was supposed to go back in October. And I was hurt, so it was like they told me I could come back for the future.
That's awesome.
So I was like, all right, cool.
Those things under your belt, if you will, must give you such a confidence, and when you come back here,
oh yeah, definitely. When I came back, there was confidence of, okay, I did this. There's nothing else that could stop me.
What draws you to do such craziness, to go across country? I mean, obviously you love wrestling, but is it just to, you know what? I'm absolutely serious about what I'm doing right now, and I'm just this is something I need to do.
It's passion, man. You can't coach passion.
Yeah.
This is something I want to do my whole life. Like, wrestling was first. I always, even like now, like I got 2 jobs. I still make sure it doesn't interfere with my training or my shows. I love wrestling. Like, this is all I ever wanted to do. So it's like I not picked it up, but I started training later than I really wanted to because I got sidetracked to other stuff that just. I wish I never wasted so much time. So it's like, now I'm just in a happy place. I'm trying to do as best as I can in wrestling.
I'll say the same thing that I said to Mr. TJ Howell. You, at this point in your career, being the heel Sammy, if you will,